Hey there. Did you ever stop to think about how amazing the human body is? A lot of times we really don't do that. We actually are mean to our body. We don't like the way our stomach looks. We feel like our skin is sagging, our face is wrinkling. But have you ever stopped to think about really how amazing it is? I want to share a story of my experience. In 2007, I was driving and got into a car accident. I got hit in my car door by a full-sized Hummer. Did not see it coming. So I literally felt like a bomb got thrown in my car. I didn't know what happened. And I immediately, because of the work I do, went into prayer and affirmative prayer, like just letting my body know that it's healing. Even before I knew what was happening, I was calling in God, calling in faith, calling in healing. And I didn't even know yet, because I was really in this elevated state, just noticing everything that was going on around me, that I was pinned in the car. And then at one point looked down to realize that my hand was still on the steering wheel, but that my forearm was shattered. So it was hanging like a Z, just hanging there. And I didn't even know that it was broken yet. And so obviously this was a major accident. I had to be cut out of the car. Actually, I just finishing up the book that explains all the details of this. But at one point, the doctor said to me, "You're never going to have use." And before he went any further, I stuck my fingers in my ears and was like, "La, la, la, la. I don't want to hear what you have to say. I don't want to hear limitations." Now, just to back up a little bit, I had studied for many years the power of the mind and the power of affirmative prayer. I mean, if you think about it, there's studies, many studies shown that if you speak to plants, they grow better, they thrive. It's been proven that when babies are in the neonatal intensive care unit, that if they have regular visitation and they're getting love, they thrive better than those who aren't getting regular visitation. So this is all proven. There's even a book, Dr. Emoto, who studied water. And what he did was he in different vials of water, he spoke different words with different energy to the water. So when he spoke love and happiness and joy, the water actually created like things that the molecules of the water actually came out to look beautiful, like snowflakes. And then conversely, when he spoke negatively to the water and was saying things like "you fool," you're ugly, and all this stuff, the water was coming, I mean the molecules were showing up like this really just totally different experience, right? So our body is made up of between 70 and 80% water. So speaking to the body has been proven as well. There was a Bernie Siegel, who I had studied before I got into the car accident, interestingly enough. And he did a study in a hospital where doctors were doing the same surgeries, but when he did the surgery, he would speak to the person's body before, during, and after surgery, saying things like, "You're healing quickly and your body accepts this, and the bleeding will be minimal and the healing process will be minimal, inflammation will go down quickly," and all of these things, and just saying all these loving things to the body as well. So I had known about this work, and I actually had done I had tried it one time when I was having a dental implant put in, which is a major thing. And all they did was give me a local, just to numb the area. And I told the dentist that I was going to be doing this. And what I did was just focused on one area in the ceiling, and they were working on me for like an hour drilling this. And I just stayed focused, just saying all these wonderful things to my body. My body's healing. It's meant to heal, right? Our body is a healing machine. That's how we are able to heal. And so just telling it, just flooding it with positive things. I love my body. It's healing. It's a miracle, all these wonderful things. And at one point, the doctor actually said, "Where are you, at the beach?" And it was so funny because I was just in this space. And then afterward, he gave me pain medication, and I didn't take it because I said, well, I'm going to take it when I need it. And when the numbing went away, I was really hungry because I hadn't eaten that morning. So I found myself eating a salad, like a crunchy salad. And I had not taken any pain medication, and I was fine. So the doctor called me later that evening, and he said, "How are you doing?" I was like, "I'm doing great." Now, he knew that I was doing this experiment, so he wanted to know more. And I said, "I'm doing great." And he said, "Okay, so from 1 to 10, what number are you?" A 10 being the worst. And I said, "About a 2. And he's like, "Get the F out of here." And I was like, "No, I'm serious." He said, "Well, did you take any pain medication?" I said, "No." He said, "Well, okay, but you have to take some." And I was like, "Why?" And he's like, "Because you just have to, because just in case." And I was like, well, "Why would I take it just in case? Like, why would I take off my body's ability to tell me what is happening just in case?" So I never did, and it was fine. So now, fast forward, I get into this major car accident. I went in for a 9-hour surgery where they reconstructed, I don't know if you could see that, the scar in my arm and the scar here, putting the bones together onto 2 metal plates and 16 screws. It was a major surgery. And again, I never listened to his limitations. The doctor said I'd never be able to use my arm, blah, blah, blah. And I just plugged my ears and said, that's not going to be my truth. So when I came out of surgery, I immediately went into gratitude of thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Because really, gratitude is one of the biggest tools for raising your vibration. And that is setting up your body to heal. It's speaking to your body positively. And I love you, and you're beautiful, and all these things that sound insane, right? But I did that. I was just so thankful to be alive. I was so thankful I didn't hurt anybody in the accident, or no one really got hurt other than these injuries. And I just started thanking it. I just treated it with so much love and care, and I did everything I was supposed to do. I didn't strain it. And typically type A personality, I'd be wanting it to heal really quickly. I'd be frustrated. And my goal was that I wanted to be able to do push-ups again, because I really didn't want any limitations on my arm. So I just did this day after day. In less than a week, I was off all pain medication, which is crazy because the doctor was like, literally mouth wide open when I went in, looking as good as I looked and not being on medication. He was shocked. And so it was funny because I had asked him before the surgery, I had told him about Dr. Bernie Siegel and told him the studies, how his patients, speaking to them before, during, and after surgery, would heal in a fraction of the time from other surgeries in the same hospital. So I explained all this to him, and he's looking at me like I'm crazy because I was on pain medication while trying to explain it to him. And he said, "Okay, well, like crazy lady, who's going to do the talking?" And I said, "You are." And he just kind of giggled and was like, "Okay." And it didn't even matter because I had set that intention and I was going to do that work. So afterward, when I came back after 5 days, or I know it was before the full week, that I wasn't on any medication, he was amazed at how quickly I could be that good. Of course, I still felt my arm. It wasn't completely healed, but I was able to not be on medication and allow it to just do what it's doing. And it was funny too, because about 10 years later, I was at a restaurant and I saw the surgeon that did my surgery. And I went up to him and I said, I don't know if you remember me. And he was like, oh, yeah, I remember you. And it was like, part of him was probably like, yeah, she's nuts. And the other part was like blown open by the fact that everything he believed before was shifted. Here he was giving me the next prescription and the next prescription, and I never even needed the first prescription. And also that my arm would never get back to be able to thrive in the way it does. And there are ways that we can aid our body in healing. We can't take it for granted because it is a healing machine. It does heal. But aiding it properly, talking to your body, fueling your body properly, giving it good nutrition, giving it a lot of water, all of those things matter. We do have a lot more control than we think. And everyone has a push-up in them. I can drop and do 30 to 40 push-ups all the time. And I am very proud of it because I worked hard for it. I really did. I worked hard for it. And I love the fact that my hand is so flexible and that I did get all my motion back. I did get all my strength back. It's just as flexible as the other side. Now, all of this, these two bones were completely shattered. The bones that connect the hand from working and the arm from working. So you would be surprised, you would be amazed. I mean, I had to do major physical therapy to get my fingers to work again, to get the strength back. But it does come back. So what I'm going to suggest today is just notice how you speak to yourself. Are you saying, oh, my bad back, or oh, I'm getting old, or oh, my knees don't work good, or I'm fat, I don't like the way that, my body does this or doesn't do that? That's not an environment for your body to do its best at thriving, okay? So speaking to it, being thankful for the things you have while you have them, is something that I've learned as well, because as we get older, we look back, we see a picture of ourselves 10 years ago and we're like, oh my God, I looked good. Well, 10 years ago, I didn't tell myself that. 10 years ago, I said, oh, you're fat, you're this, you're that, you're all these negatives. 10 years later, I'm going to be happy for it once it's not there anymore. Take time to celebrate this amazing vehicle that you are in. It's a healing machine. We have everything in our body that has the ability to heal, especially when we set up the environment for it to thrive. So focus on thriving today. Tell yourself something good. Notice the good parts of your body that you're happy with. Notice how beautiful you are. Look into your eyes and look how beautiful you are. Enjoy your day. Bye-bye.